Warcraft Remastered has been out for quite some time now. However, now that it is on Game Pass, it's never been easier to try this old school RTS. Warcraft 1 Remastered isn't trying to reinvent anything. It knows exactly what it is, a respectful polish of a nearly 30-year-old RTS that helped birth the modern strategy genre. This isn't some grand reboot or reimagining. It's not full of cinematic flair or dramatic retcons. It's just Warcraft, simplified, boxy, and proudly retro, but now with crisp visuals, better audio, and just enough quality of life fixes to make it playable in 2025 without, well, losing your mind. Jumping back into Warcraft 1 is a bit like digging out your old toy soldiers and realizing they still hold up. You pick a side, Orcs and Humans, classic Warcraft, and go to war in a world where the story is basic, the units are, well, also basic, and the mission goals are about as straightforward as it gets. Build a base, harvest wood, mine gold, train troops, and destroy your enemy. No side objectives, no moral dilemmas, just pure unfiltered RTS logic from a time when PC gaming was more DOS prompt than deluxe experience. But interestingly, here's the thing, it's kind of refreshing. In an era of bloated 40-hour games and upgrade trees that require a spreadsheet, Warcraft 1's simplicity feels like a relief. You're not buried under menus or micromanaging an entire empire. You're just reacting, adapting, and moving troops like a digital general barking about orders. It's bite-sized war, fun, accessible, and sometimes hilariously janky in the most endearing way. The jank is still here, by the way. Pathfinding is somewhat outdated, but it's part of the charm. Your units have the collective intelligence of a medieval Gonga line, and the AI sometimes act like it's running on potato logic, but none of it ruins the experience. In fact, it kind of adds to it. If you grew up with this game, you know exactly what I mean. If you didn't, well, consider this your crash course in RTS history. The visual update is exactly what it needs to be. Sharper textures, better animations, and a clean toggle between classic and remastered mode. It's not flashy, it doesn't throw in dynamic lighting or particle effects, but it looks good enough to hold attention while still feeling retro. The audio, however, is where the remaster earns its stripes. The music hits harder, the sound effects pop, and the voiceovers are just delightfully over the top as you remember. Every ready to work or zug zug feels like a portal to the past, and I mean that in the best way. What makes the whole thing work though are the subtle modern tweaks. You can select more units at once, queue commands, and navigate the UI without having to memorize arcane keyboard layouts. The small stuff, hovering, health bars, faster build menus, smarter UI scaling, all make it feel less like a museum piece and more like a functional, if still very old school game. And yes, the cheat codes are back. The campaign is short, maybe 5 or 6 hours per faction, if you take your time. And honestly, that's enough. There's no emotional payoff or story twist waiting at the end, just the satisfaction of your conquest. It's a tight, self-contained package that doesn't overstay its welcome. You get in, get your strategy fix, and get out. Now, about the price. If you're buying this game by itself, it might sting a little. The Remastered is bundled into the Warcraft Battle Chest, which includes Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, and Warcraft 3 Reforged 2.0. That's a solid value if you plan to dive into the full set. But if you're only interested in Warcraft 1 Remastered specifically, it's a bit of a premium for what amounts to a few hours of RTS nostalgia. Thankfully, as mentioned, it's also available on Game Pass, which makes this whole conversation irrelevant if you're already subscribed. Just download it, enjoy the ride, and delete it once you've had your fill. It doesn't even take that much space. As a remaster, it isn't a game that tries to impress with spectacle or modern sensibilities. It's not trying to hook a new generation of players. It's here for the fans, for the people who grew up drawing maps in their heads, who remember when selecting 5 units at once felt luxurious, and who appreciate the simplicity of war without skill trees, perks, or battle passes. It's a time capsule with a slightly cleaner look, and honestly, that's all it needed to be. Warcraft 1 Remastered is fun, short, and unapologetically old school. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, it just lets you ride on it again with a bit less dust. It's dated, it's dumb in all the right ways, and it's still a damn good time. It was a fun blast from the past experience, and as I said, I would highly recommend you play Warcraft 1 Remastered, especially if you already own Game Pass. But what did you think of Warcraft 1 Remastered? Was it all you wanted it to be? Were you hoping for a proper remake of Warcraft 1? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you dislike it, then give me a thumbs down, but please tell me why so I can improve my videos. Until next time, have a fantastic day, stay safe.